it's alright if Kathleen Kennedy was never good at her job, according to Grace Randolph. It's because George Lucas was also bad at his job. Holy crap, like this used to be, okay, this used to be the go-to deflection argument for people trying to defend the sequel trilogy. Oh, it's alright, you know, if Tross or if for TLJ, if it pissed you off or anything like that. The prequels were bad too. It's like, wow, that's not really an argument, but I like that you admit that your stuff is really bad. Or how there's a bunch of goofy stuff in The Mandalorian, like how the Stormtroopers now, canonically, thanks to Taika Waititi, just have terrible accuracy. Oh, it's because the Stormtrooper, if you pay attention, the Stormtrooper bumped his head in 1977, and that's fine. That's fine. It's the dumbest stuff ever, and it goes to show that the shills that defend all of this stuff don't actually like or respect the original stuff the same way that everybody else does, okay? The actual fans do. Like, I have great respect for 2.5 of the original trilogy, okay? Star Wars was mind-blowing back in 77. Empire Strikes Back is still held up, and no, okay, that's another round of gaslighting. We might as well just get all of this stuff out of the way. No, Empire wasn't poorly received back in 1980. You can go back and take a look at the reviews of the time. It was a trendsetter in and of itself. And, of course, you know, the Luke and Vader stuff and, you know, Return of the Jedi is amazing. Ewoks be damned. But I digress. It's interesting just the lengths to which the shills will go in order to just maintain their access to Disney, to just continue to cheer on the slop and the sludge pipe until it becomes publicly acceptable to criticize them. Like, it's interesting, right? Because I'm going to do a comparison here, I think tomorrow or something like that. And it involves a movie out there right now, you know, from, Captain America Brave New World. And the fact that nobody's really defending how poorly that film is doing right now, even though they were, you know, very steadfast in saying, oh, take a look at that opening weekend. Oh, it's actually like the 3rd best Captain America film to debut. And it's, you know, it's doing even better than Winter Soldier, which everybody knows is the best MCU film ever. So it's not a failure. It only has a $180 million budget, and in its opening weekend, it already made back its money. So shut up, bigots. You're just a racist if you don't like it. The math is mathin' on this one. Shut up. But now, heading into its 3rd weekend, the fact that it has cratered off of the face of the earth, now everybody's just moved on to, oh, Kathleen Kennedy's leaving. Oh, well, she was actually good. And you know what? Even when she did come up short, that's all right because George Lucas made the prequels. Like, what are we doing? What exactly are we doing out here? Nobody wants to have a tough conversation at the bottom of this that even if Kathleen Kennedy is going, nothing's really going to change. Like, The Mandalorian and Grogu is still the next film coming up, and you got all of these announced projects, and I think, you know, take it from me, I haven't heard anybody else talk about this before. So if this ends up coming true, I'm going to, for one of the very few times ever, give myself a big old pat on the back. So when the Star Wars Celebration out there in Japan is taking place in April, if Kathleen comes out with her successor and says that this is the lady who's going to be shepherding Star Wars into the future, is going to be taking over the reins of Lucasfilm moving forward, she makes some kind of formal announcement, then you heard it here first. Because we actually got our first inkling. Okay, we got our first statement from Kathy, and well, she's apparently not leaving. I ain't going. We're not fucking leaving. Not fucking leaving. Kathleen Kennedy speaks on her Lucasfilm plans. She's not soon retiring. Yeah, okay, yeah, everybody got taken for another round of rumors, even though, yeah, it's like it was the most credible ones that were out there, but nothing was confirmed, and I would imagine, could this be another situation? Could this be another situation where plans got leaked, and now they have to adjust course, and because she virtually does nothing except for, you know, hire and fire people based on whatever boxes they tick, is it really that stressful of a job? Going out there every once in a while, soaking up the adulation of the shills that you bring in and saying, hey guys, Rey movie. Stunning and brave. Oh, it's so wonderful. Kathleen's a genius, best producer in the business. Does she really want to give that up? Even if she is heading into her mid-70s, is it that tough to do, you know, coming out like Joe Biden used to every couple of years and just, you know, give a rambly little speech, fade in, and then fade out at the end of it, and then take a couple of soft slings and arrows from the likes of South Park. You know, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who used to have teeth, but I mean, come on. The fact that they gave her an out at the end of that episode and everybody says, oh boy, that was the one that, you know, really tipped off Disney that things need to change. Like, just stop it, bro. South Park has always been overrated cringe. Like, let's keep it a buck. But anyways, so she has plans. She's not going to be leaving soon, and she's going to be working on some of those movies that she's announced and haven't gone anywhere in the past 5 to 10 years. Okay. I thought I'd seen it in all the trades journalism, according to what author Mike Fleming. Okay, but the piranha-like frenzy on Kathleen Kennedy and the successor speculation that followed Matt Maloney's Puck report that Disney was putting her out to pasture was a new one on me. No. Okay, cool. That's even recategorizing and reinterpreting even what Deadline was running with, because they also went with Kathleen Kennedy is out at Lucasfilm thing. But at the same time, nobody was saying, okay, outside of the people, you know, the more inflammatory side of independent reporting was saying that Lucasfilm or Disney fired Kathleen Kennedy. Now, she was always going to get to go out on her own time. Disney would never, ever be seen to fire, the first woman to ever helm Star Wars. Like, come on now. Don't believe that for a second. So you're already trying to rewrite history that's not even a week old. Baloney for years has been beating on Kathleen Kennedy like she owes him money. Well, justifiably so. She's like really bad at her job. But it's also an easy job, which makes it even more egregious. And this week he reported that Kathleen was retiring. I recall he essentially did the same thing more than a year ago, and yet she still is. Yeah, apparently Gary from Nerdrotic has some old archived sources that another time when this rumor was going around very strongly was back in 2022. Like, I remember it back in October when, oh yeah, her contract's going to be up, and yeah, she's looking to go out on a high note, and it's like, well, it's going to be a very long time before she gets one of those, so I don't know. There could be the impending heat death of the universe, or it could be a good and well-received Star Wars project, but then October came and went, and, well, now she's still there, but now she's leaving, apparently. No? Okay. The Mandalorian movie and prepping for Sean Levy's directed Star Wars film that Ryan Gosling is circling. Yeah, again, more rumors. Well, the Mandalorian Grogu movie, that one's already shot, and that one's May something or other of next year. That's confirmed to be on the docket, kind of like the only thing for Star Wars confirmed to be on the docket. Just got a cringy trailer with some really bad rock music over the top of it, like Andor. I hope it's good for the Andor fans that are out there. I'll be consuming a lot of the coverage around it, probably not going to watch it, unless, of course, season 2 is, like, fantastic, then I'm going to go back and watch season 1, and then maybe season 2. Who knows, man? But that's still, kind of a ways out. Like, I think it's April, that date. No, I'm sorry. No, yeah, end of April, because it runs through May with the 3-episode arc, so you're getting a complete story every week for 4 weeks in 90-minute or so increments. It's interesting. Okay, as well as numerous other films and streaming projects with A-list participants. But yeah, like I was saying, Andor Season 2, that's the only thing that is confirmed to be coming out in 2025. So yeah, probably hear something about it at Celebration. And then also, if Kathleen does have retirement plans in the future, she'll make it all about herself right there and then, I'd imagine. Okay, still, the trades followed the gusto, yes, dishing speculative reporting on who might succeed Kennedy. Yeah, and that was kind of funny, too, because the moment that started to go around is like, oh my god, what? Who's actually going to take over? There were some interesting names thrown out there, but at this point in time, it's kind of moot, right? Okay. Takeaway was chaos and that Kennedy was being pushed. Not really, no. The reality is different and far more orderly. According to insiders, Kennedy has been working on a succession plan for a couple of years, eyeing candidates from within the process with Bob Iger and Alan Bergman. That puts someone like Dave Filoni, who's known the universe inside and out, in a strong position. Oh, great, fantastic. That's why it's like the same people, and myself included, said that even if Kathleen's out, nothing's going to change because that lispy dog enthusiast, well, even if he takes over, it's like nothing's gonna change. He still writes really bad Star Wars stuff. Oh, but hey guys, he's an acolyte of George. Yeah, he also signed off on the series of the same name that has created extreme apathy for even normie audiences now. But outside of glazing, Kathleen Kennedy moving forward, saying that she's a first ballot Hall of Famer for fetching coffee on a bunch of different film sets, is like, yeah, okay, fantastic, man. He ended up getting actual comment from Kathleen, so let's see if there's any validity to any of these rumors. Okay, we've read all the speculative reports that you are out, that there's a frenzy for the next person who's going to take over Lucasfilm. What is the truth? The truth is, I want to say, just say out loud and clear, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving! And nobody clapped. I will never retire from movies. Oh God, I will die making movies. I have died before. I will stay around in this position by means that some may deem to be unnatural. That is the first thing that's important to say. I'm not retiring. Is she going to be the Terry Funk of Lucasfilm, huh? Forever! Forever! How many more references can we get? Who cares? Star Wars is a meme at this point. It's self-referential and it's fucking stupid. So let's just go for it, man. Pants on head retardation, shall we? We have an amazing bench of people here. Holy Christ, man. If you actually say that about the idiots that have done anything, Jessica Gao. No, Jessica Gao was She-Hulk. I don't know. Inexperienced Asian lady who did the Obi-Wan stuff. How many people look back fondly on that stupidity? Yeah, 0 people. Mandalorian and all of that extended crap. Yeah, Dave Filoni, your second in command, and Jon Favreau. Like, come on, man. He doesn't even give a shit about the stuff he's doing anymore. He's just making everything all about himself. And yeah, Leslie Headland. Like, we have an amazing group of people around here. Sure thing, bro. And we have every intention of making an announcement months or a year down the road. We'll announce more things that'll never see the light of day, because that's what I do as an executive. Now we are in lockstep as to what that's going to be, and I'm continuing. I'm producing the Mandalorian movie right now, and I'm also producing Sean Levy's movie. Yeah, it's gonna suck, huh? Which is after that. Oh, okay. Ray movie on life support right now, apparently. So I'm continuing to stay at Lucasfilm and looking very thoughtfully with Bob and Alan as to who's stepping in. So that's all underway, and we have every right to make that announcement when we want to make it. Oh, somebody's big mad that there were plans for this. That right there, that says a lot, actually. Okay, we're going to be making our own announcement, our own goddamn time, and Bob and Alan want me to have a successor, even though I'm going to be here forever, so I don't know why they're trying to pick somebody. I'm only 72 or something like that, so I could be around forever. That you are looking within seems to give credence to what we've heard, that the executives like Chief Creative Officer Dave Filoni is in a good position as he works on Star Wars to write and direct. Yes, we can just continue to bash the favorite action figures together like the Ahsoka and the Thera, and then they can just, culminate in their next movie. It's gonna be so great. Ugh. Can't wait for Ahsoka season 2. A lot of bored gazing and hands being folded. That's gonna be just really wonderful. But hey, Thrawn can come in and cope whenever he fails and says, actually, yes, we had a very big victory here today. And then just walk off screen, with just his little paunch and his fucking scoliosis back. Yeah, it's gonna be great, huh? There's nothing I'm sorry. I can't say who it is because there's just an internal process that goes inside this large corporation and publicly held company as to how we go about making deals, finalizing decisions, and making an announcement. There's nothing unusual about that, and we're in that process. Okay, yeah, like I said, I think we're probably going to hear an announcement about a succession plan, but at best, there will be a co-CEO decision being made, but that's still not going to change anything. This flurry of press coverage, it sounds like chaos. What's the reality? Chaos. There's never been any chaos. Oh, there's never been any chaos, huh? We know exactly what the plan is. We've been talking about it, and I said nonstop in the last couple of years. Oh, okay, last couple of years, because for obvious reasons, I'm not going to be here forever. Yeah, George asked me 13 years ago to step in, and now I'm looking at who's going to replace me. And as I said, we have a bench of people internally to handle the business, the creative side. But I thought you're working on all of these new projects that's coming out, or at least the next 2 movies. How far down the road do we expect before Change it gets made, and then you go off to produce the 2 big Star Wars tings? We'll probably make an announcement months or a year out. There you go. And I have every intention of sticking around to help that person be successful. Yeah, exactly. A co-CEO position. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. I recall the same retirement predictions were rendered a while ago, and you re-upped, and here you are, and make this fixation on your job status. I truly don't know. And any discussion previously about me retiring or quitting or any of those things is a complete rumor mill, because through all those reports, I just continue doing my job and continuing my contract. Nothing unusual. It has all been manufactured. So yeah, man, they got a rest of a glazing interview that comes down right here. We might come back to it at a later date, but as it sits right now, Kathleen Kennedy's not going anywhere. Star Wars is not being saved. And in fact, the sludge pipe is going to continue to be opened. And hell, if they ever start to release any of the stuff that they've actually announced, it's not just going to get cracked back open. It's just going to be set wide open, and brother, brace for impact. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.